are back live here on our big broadcast here on KJAGradio.com, and of course the mic.fun. That's right, the mic.fun, F-U-N. And it's still a interesting Sunday. We have got some great guests with us today. They are live from band practice, of all things. The Lunar Keys join us today here on our big program, and you can get more information online. These guys are on SoundCloud and Spotify and all the various places. LunarKeys.com is the official website. And so introduce us to the band here. Give us some details on the band and everything else, guys.
Yeah, so I'm JC. I'm lead vocals, bass. Over there in the middle you got Dom on drums.
Hi.
And over there to my right or your left is the Steve on guitar. We're missing Lexi on keys today. She's not here at the moment.
Well, talk to us a little bit about how this band got together as a group.
Yeah, so the Lunar Keys started. Dom and I started. We played in a band before. So we kind of got back together to start a new band, and we found Lexi, the keyboard player. She's kind of like singer, keyboard player in her own right, her own thing going on, got her own thing down, and then kind of like found out that singing with her, playing with her worked really well, and so she joined, and we did our first track. We knew that then something was happening, something new, so like a new moon. So maybe the Lunar Keys.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we kind of Steve. We call him the Steve because of all the echo he uses. So that's a play on words. He was found in a bar playing outside London, playing Rihanna's song "Umbrella" with a folk band with cello players, and what else have they got?
A violin and accordion. Slightly different outfit to this.
Yeah, he was in a band, lots of harmonies and fiddles and things, and playing the best version of Umbrella I've ever heard by Rihanna.
A polka version.
So we thought that's the man. So we thought,
naturally
we drafted him into the Lunar Keys, and that became the four of us, which is the Lunar Keys, so we are a fully formed band now. But this has all happened pre-pandemic. We had a few rehearsals before everything shut down in the UK, but we've had to do a lot of work, isolated from each other, but now we're coming together again we've still managed to send each other stuff because we had the songs formed and we had rehearsals, we had structures, we had ideas and all, the unique way we wanted to go about this. So we had that in rehearsals. We listened to the recordings, the rehearsals, like, okay, so we've got this song, got that song. Then as you know, you got the software, you can start recording. We work with studio engineers that we know and sending them stuff. They're kind of working on stuff and sending it back to us, sending it to each other. And then you get the results of that, like a release like Silent Ricochet, which you've got.
Yep. Now this...
And it's kind of like...
Yes, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, influences-wise, it's anything from The Police, Supertramp, to Muse, to, we're crossing that kind of rock, not prog, but I suppose it's prog rock, I don't know, kind of like that kind of involvement in that kind of music, and it's kind of like we want to be as entertaining as possible. And we want to push that kind of classic genre, but with a new spin on it. We've got our parents and everything like that. They, I grew up listening to all things like Supertramp or The Police or stuff like that. But with that in a modern sense, or Fleetwood Mac. But what does that sound like in 2021? What do we present that like? Because that's what we love. So that's what we're about, really.
Awesome. We've got the Lunar Keys with us today. They join us live here on KJAGradio.com. We are also going to be playing this track on Rock Music Hub as well. And the Lunar Keys are from outside of London, UK, and they join us today here on our big program. So what are some of the goals for the Lunar Keys as far as music and everything?
I think does anyone else want to go with that one?
Go for it.
I'll carry on. It's to crystallize that sound I talked about. It's searching for that elusive melody, that way of spinning stuff. I mean, it's kind of like we've got a story to tell with the lyrics, but we want to present it in that classic way. But you're always constantly looking for that new sound and looking at a way of pulling you in, but giving it the hook to sort of you chimes with you, chimes with you melodically, and the way it comes from the songs. They're either about first person or they're third person, whole collective wise. I mean, really things like Silent Ricochet is a lament on what the world is, and it's not pointing fingers or naming anything. It's merely like an overall view of how we react to that, how we feel about it. And we got more songs coming now which are more about personal feelings and the way you interact with your relationships and the dynamics around that, and just the stuff that that gets you go, or the stuff that really inspires you on a daily basis. Put that in a musical way, and then jamming that as hard as possible to make it and form that into the sound we're driving at.
Fantastic. The Lunar Keys with us today. They join us live here on KJAGradio.com, also the Mike.fun, and they're with us talking a little bit about their music and everything else. So what has it been like being able to do music during a worldwide pandemic?
A lifeline.
I'll let Dom answer that one.
A lifeline. No, it was good. It was good. I think it was a sanity anchor, really, to still be able to, to me, growing up, music was always a little refuge I could go to and come back happier. And during the pandemic, that was much needed. So it was lovely still working. This is preferred, no doubt. And but it was better than nothing.
Fantastic. Now, you guys have been all over the place. You guys have been featured on a lot of different festivals and shows and things like this. Tell me about some of the different accolades that you guys have out there.
So, what do you mean in particular?
Well, I know I noticed
Glastonbury.
here on your press release, it says previous releases saw the band featured on BBC introducing and long listed for Glastonbury Festival.
Cool, yeah.
I was just wanting you guys to give me more information on that.
Yeah, sure.
So obviously this is all the history throughout a year of pandemic. So there isn't much accolades in terms of playing live.
Yeah.
But BBC is, as you know, is the biggest kind of radio network in the UK. And they were kind enough to champion us early on, and they'll hopefully continue to do so. And Glastonbury is the biggest festival in the UK, and had it happened, we would have been in there with a chance to be one of the newcomer bands. But hopefully next year.
Fantastic.
So to add, you asked earlier what our aims are. I think now we've written about an album's worth of material, but now it's really about becoming a good live act. So now that carrot can be dangled again, we're going to rehearse as much as we can and become as good live as we hopefully are on record.
Fantastic. We've got the Lunar Keys with us today, so we're going to play your track here in just a few moments. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so Silent Ricochet is it's kind of like on the back of another track we released called If It Was. So this is like they're like sisters or brothers to each other, And then there's a little bit of piece, without being too self-indulgent. It's just like like I said, it's a lament on what's happening, and it's something to get out of our system from the go-get. We want to talk, rather than just progressing to this, like, let's do a song about love and let's do a song about this, and eventually get to let's talk about these issues. It's kind of like, this is how I feel about that and how we feel, reflecting on what's going on around us. And, the thing with Silent Ricochet, it's a bit like, that as it says in the lyrics, the violence slips away to a silent ricochet, because, as you know, it's just the futile nature of the way we go at each other on this planet. And, and I feel like the world's in a big sort of, it feels like it's in a shift crisis at the moment, where it is going to shift gears and things are going to change up. Maybe that's been accelerated by social media and the way people are talking about it and people are labeling things. But let's hope it changes for the better, and we just want to be part of that when that change does happen. It's not a revolution. It's more evolution in my respect. It's kind of like, let's move the gears and get that moving in the right way for climate change and the way we treat each other, and just so it's that, it's kind of like that, but it's with rock music, it's with hooks, and it's delivered with, I think, in an optimistic way, because at the end of the day it's entertainment. What we're here, we're not here, we haven't got a political agenda. It's just entertainment, but it's our feelings about that particular subject. And so we're moving on, we're moving through, like I said, to the more feeling type songs as we go through our album's worth of material that we've worked on. But Silent Ricochet is something we feel like we had to stamp and get out there and get it off our chest before we move on.
Fantastic.
And entertain you at the same time with a hooky song we hope you enjoy.
Well, we are going to play.
Every time you play
yes.
it, we'll get a tree planted. I hope you've got that message.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So
we mean business on that one, dude. We're not just playing.
We've got a lot of spades outside.
We're not lyrically
Yeah,
waxing
right on
here. We're not lyrically waxing. We mean business.
So before we let you go, how do people get in touch with you online?
Okay, so online we're on Twitter at Lunar Keys. We're on Instagram at the Lunar Keys. LunarKeys.com on the website, and Facebook.
Linktree.
Linktree's on our Twitter. Like I say, Instagram. If you check us out. We're on YouTube. Lunar Keys on YouTube. So all platforms. Look out for the Lunar Keys and enjoy.
and email is hello@thelunarkeys.com.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate the time, and we are going to play your track. And thanks for being with us today here on our big program.
No worries. Thanks, dude.
Thanks
It's
for having
awesome,
me.
awesome to be on.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. There they go. It's the Lunar Keys, and it is Rock Music Hub right now.
I saw the news today. New holy war at a copper rate. The money must be paid. Forget the poor and the earth can wait. The weapons fire until the earth expires and blows away. We crucify ourselves a thousand times until the violence slips away to a silent ricochet, like a universal castaway in a silent violent ricochet. Castaway. Look at the refugee shot by a god that was sending a tweet. A virus came to prove the human race is a suicide group.